You
We're
hear
gonna go
another
find a way into the
boom in the distance.
Yeah. We're going to go find a way into the palace. If we don't come back, avenge our deaths.
All right, best of luck. An Anhilian assassin, a synth engineer, a Lampier investigator, and a Warcon laborer are with you.
I would suggest that we try sneaking in.
Okay. The assassin has your back on that for sure.
The assassin is our lead on that. I would think I'd be better off assisting the assassin to try and find a way to get into the palace. If we can get uniforms, like to look like we're security people, or even better, labor people.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming, I need to look this up. Assassins have both deceit and evasion.
They have deceit, evasion, and stealth, and fake credentials.
So I would think that they might be able to get us in.
Eli, does a deceit, evasion, stealth roll sound appropriate?
Yeah. Yeah, a deceit, evasion, that would be perfect.
Yeah. And I will try to assist by being a lookout and trying to find a door that is appropriate and that sort of thing. I don't have deceit, but I do have evasion. And I have a gift that helps you get into places you're not supposed to be in. I have the low profile, which is a bonus when pretending to not be important. And I roll a whopping 1 success, which is enough for a D8 bonus.
Right. The rest of the team here does not quite have anything to assist. Maybe the investigator, but he has 2d6.
They do.
They do?
We brought a laborer with us, and laborers are all team players. So even though laborer only rolls 1 die, if he screws it up, he doesn't screw it up for all the rest of us.
All right, the laborer is going to go ahead and give it a shot.
Roll a D6.
And the investigator. All right, so that's additionally another 2d8 and a d12. Or, well, additional 1d8. There we go. There.
Well, no, the laborer is a team player, so he gets a bonus d12 if he makes
exactly. Yeah, that's what I meant. So and if you're going with. Okay.
No, I'm helping. So yeah, I'm going with.
So we could roll those dice, see how many successes, and see how far we could get.
The assassin is doing awesome with your guys.
I'm hoping they don't know what the significance of the key is, so it's probably not in the high security area. But if it's one of their special treasures, it's definitely going to be in a secure area.
Well, it is directly in the Emperor's office, and that's probably as secure as it gets. But that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes on the assassin.
So the treasure vault or the bedroom, but yeah, it's up there. It's like number 3.
So using your amazing deception skills, you're able to sneak out of this feast and into the palace, in which you manage to do several scenes. There's a montage of you sneaking around corridors and peering through and hiding behind bushes right as a patrol of guards go by.
I imagine the assassin, being the lead on this, finds us the emergency outfits, and then we put on the we put on the jumpsuits. It's like, grab a fire extinguisher, run. We just run around carrying fire extinguishers for the most part.
Right.
Looking like we're an emergency team.
And so you follow through to the rest of the you fall through to the palace, and you finally reach a large throne room, and sitting draped against the throne, you see a strange looking hat, and you kind of look around, and every so often maybe there's a breeze of wind, but the hat twirls and makes a lovely little sound.
They made the key to their weapon a musical hat.
All we have to do is put it in the bag and it won't make that noise.
Did we bring a hat bag? I don't think we brought a hat bag.
The investigator will just pull out a bag and say, "This is where I store my things."
This is where I store my other hats. He pulls out several other hats.
Wait, this is success that time.
You're an investigator. If anybody has a sack to put over someone's head, it's the assassin. You fasten it with piano wire. So I suppose we'll grab that. Are there any other hats here that make music? Because I'm leaving here with the wrong hat, I'll feel really stupid.
You
No,
do have the
in fact-
signal.
Yeah, you have the signal and it's beeping right there. It seems to be correct.
Well, I hope they can't track this. I suppose you have to wait for another atrocity. Let's get out of here. Where is our pickup team? Please don't tell me that the Rock is our pickup team.
The rock
He's
is
on
Uh,
outside.
our
Boom.
planet.
Yeah, you hear boom, boom, and the sound of gunfire in the distance.
Man, we could set a fire to cover our escape, but I don't care. I don't actually want to hurt anybody, and I don't really care about ruining this place. All right, guys, our big score. Let's get out of here. We will attempt to leave the same way we came in.
All right, give me the same deception check.
Okay.
All right. That does mean the
With
assistants
more
do have
thing
to
to get
make
out.
their assist rolls.
I still give a bonus D8.
Labor succeeds again.
This isn't the first time I've infiltrated a place.
Everyone participates again properly.
But if my
They're doing their
lawyer
best.
asks,
That is
if anyone asks, this is my last.
5.
We might. That's pretty good, but we still might run into some resistance. I'm
hmm
a little surprised they didn't go to protect the treasure room, but they're probably not used to this. It might not be on the protocol. They might have escorted the Emperor to the safe room first.
Right. Mitherland's probably upstairs and is probably seeing what they're doing with them as soon as this thing is getting out of hand.
So you guys do actually, with 5 successes, you guys managed to escape all the way out to the.
Just remember, like if there was like a squad of like 8 or 16 people assigned to this, I mean, if they were all roading, they would have 3 or 4 successes. So yeah, evidently they have less than a dozen people trying to keep us from getting out, which makes sense.
hmm
It and maybe this hat wasn't a priority for them at all.
If they don't know what it is, it might not be high up on their war trophies. We don't even know how they got it, do we?
We do.
Yeah,
They were
'cause I remember
specifically given it.
Yeah, it was simply like a gift, like it's tribute. So it might
Right.
not be.
Lazaro gave it to the security chief, then the security chief gave it as a gift. So the Emperor has no idea.
All right. They might not even know we were here.
So
Except-
you guys reintroduce yourself back to the feast, while outside in the city, Jaimin, they're trying to bring you down. The tank will fire again with a high of a 9.
I don't see any result. Oh, there it is. Okay. 11.
And you've deflected it back. That would be a total of another 4 success, or which would be 5 damage for him. He soaks 3 of it, and he is the tank crew is now afraid as well, even of you deflecting their own shots back at them.
You know, I would say this is one of those scenarios where I'm like standing in a crater or something, but literally the area around me is fine. Like I must be standing on like a circular crag of explosions that have happened a distance away from me.
And like
only-
things that have
Skywalker,
exploded
yes.
next to you and near you.
Well, no, nothing gets exploded next to me because it all gets redirected back at who fired at me. So literally, there's pockmarks all around me at weird distances. The area I'm standing is perfectly fine. This is literally a scene from Akira, I guess, when the military goes after Akira,
He's
Or
a
Tetsuo.
monster.
or I guess Tetsuo rather, not Akira.
Yeah, they are going to continue escalating.
Well,
Let's
I guess we
see.
all knew what kind of people lived on Warcon. This is like this
Yeah.
has to be their dream, right? This is their. Oh
they
God,
finally
we
get to test
use.
out everything.
We've been playing this game for thousands of years now. Now we finally get to use everything we've done.
All right, let's see what's some fun weapons to use. The next person that will try to kill you. Next up to try to kill you.
I don't even think these
they're
are
going-
security guys anymore. This is literally just everyone that's like here to play the game who brought their triple prescribed weapons with them. Oh God, I finally get to use my atomizing assault chain gun, whatever.
What about What was that called? A rive bow. Oh gosh.
A man
That-
opener? Why don't you throw a man opener at me? At least
Rive bows are basically ranged man openers.
You could pull out a Tommy gun full of tiny thermonuclear
like I
missiles.
said, I don't think the people that are bringing multiple prescribed weapons, and not, I think the fault here is that not one of them probably brought like a net gun or whatever.
No net guns, no glue guns, no tasers,
no
no
in-cap spray.
Raxes,
Well,
no
in-cap spray probably doesn't
specifically
affect me.
trains. Yeah, well, who knew the planet of war was all about death?
Yeah.
We're going to bring up someone with a plasma cannon next, because that sounds fun.
Like I said, this is just like, imagine a convention with like the dress up, sorry, my brain's not working full, where all of them brought real stuff. It's not dress up. They're all real armor, real guns. Nobody brings the weak shit. They're all here to show how cool they are.
Yeah, it's another problem.
Someone's going to fire. This is going to be someone firing a
BFG,
a plasma gun.
basically.
Oh, that didn't work.
I'm wondering if it's happening anywhere near, say, horizon range of Neferu.
Yeah, you could certainly shoot from the feast if you wanted to get up on the balcony.
You forgot the D6.
Oh yeah, the important talk balcony.
Yep, I redirected that too.
Redirect the plasma gun back to him. There's a scream as it melts the walls. Next up, someone brings a chain gun. That sounds fun.
I'm just watching.
Yeah, the whole party goes out in the balcony. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on in the rest of the city anymore. Now people are just literally showing up with their own guns. You think at some point they think this is less cool after watching everybody else die.
This is their dream. They finally get to test all these weapons, and they're all these crazy hunters from Warcon who love doing this crazy hunt, and now there's something in the city worthy of hunting.
Jamin, you don't have a cyber brain yet, do you?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just seeing
no,
if you had any
no
radio.
I'm,
Yeah.
I have a 10.
I'm out here, low movement, no ability to communicate.
All right, Neferu's
Another 11.
taking bets.
What happened? Didn't you used to have a robot buddy?
No, I have a robot body. Robot body doesn't have a built-in radio. That's a cyber brain.
No, robot. I thought you had an ally.
I don't have
No.
ally. I have an indentured servant for life. Who,
Yeah,
by the way,
oh,
I guess
yeah.
didn't get mentioned here, is in pieces because I never got him put back together again after a bunch of pirates tried to kill him.
That's what I
was
thought.
his
Okay.
prescribed item from being a black marketer.
The Gatling gun guy actually survived the return fire, so he's going to keep it up with a high of a 9.
Yeah, when the cavalcade returned to Sargasso, he got captured by a bunch of pirates, and I went in and saved him. But I could not. I never spent the time because I didn't have the money to find somebody who was good enough to put him back together again. So he's still on the ship. See what happens. I spend the time talking to you about something, and I can't roll out a 12. What's the damage?
So that would be 3 damage.
So 4 damage. So
Yep.
5 damage because I'm hurt. And I'm dead.
They keep firing.
Of course they do. How would you even ever believe that this guy is dead?
So
Hold on,
up on
one
the balcony.
sec. Let me just double check that I don't have multiple things I can tap. So if I can tap one, I can go to dying.
Yeah. Do you not have the? I've hesitated to ask this. So you don't have combat save, right?
I have died 3 times in this campaign already. Do you think I have combat save?
I'll just be over here.
Yeah, no, I got... Well, even if I go dead, I just fall to the ground. Okay, go ahead.
They keep just shooting all of their weapons.
Alright, well then I will actually be dead.
And so from up on the balcony, you guys can see, and you look down out, and you see there's I guess you have your scope with you, right, Nefer? So you could zoom in, and you zoom in on the far side of the city, and you see Jaimin is just standing there, and there's destruction all around him. There's redirected shots and explosions. There's destroyed tanks. There's bodies. It is a massacre out there. And you see the final moments as Jaimin gets this Gatling gun gets wheeled up and fired on him. And at first, bullets are deflecting away and shattering windows, but then it looks like some slip through, and he drops.
Well, is there anybody watching right now? Watching the Pharaoh?
Yeah, there's certainly some folks out on the balcony. You see some people conspiring. This is where everyone conspires.
I really want to fire on those Gatling gun users, but then people would know.
Mitherlin will just put her hand on your shoulder and go, just don't even waste the bullets on it. Go ahead and see if you can find the ship. If he's here, where's the ship?
Yeah, I do have a scope that lets me, shoot to horizons. So, especially if it's up above ground.
The cat mourns me in the background.
Oh, you hear him?
Yeah, you're sleeping, cat.
That's just
That's
the
not
sound of the
normal.
weapons powering down.
Yeah, it's a Gatling gun.
All right, so yeah, you watch up and you look up at the horizon and you start looking up in the sky and you can picture one of the ships, or you can see up there one of the ships that was in the blockade currently docked with your ship.
We just got to get on it.
I could ground it.
Yeah, that's good step one. I mean, I could fly up to it, but what about the rest of you?
It looks like it's still in orbit, by the way.
We need to get out of here and get the other 2 keys before we get paid, right?
The other 2 keys are on 2 other planets.
Right.
Way out of system. So we just got to get out of the system.
I mean, do we get paid now?
No, we're not getting paid. We're stopping a planet-destroying weapon.
When do I get paid?
Oh, then Mithril will just like push through her pockets. When we get on the ship.
Well, let's go. I'm ready. I've got your singing hat right here, boss.
All right, but how are we going to get into orbit?
I don't know. Who's your escape pilot?
Well, it was the floating rock.
That's what I thought. So we.
Are we going to put him in impound or the incinerator?
Well, we have to go steal a ship, I guess, or buy one.
Well, there's a big battle bus that came through.
Yeah, we can't stay here with the hat. They'll find the hat. It sings. It's big, and it probably has other signatures we don't know about.
Quick reference. Hey, Eli.
Yeah.
So when people lose the game or quit, they get sent off the planet. Does that happen immediately? Is there just like a bus waiting nearby to take people off who are losers?
Once you lose, then they arrange a shuttle to come and pick you up and take you back.
They don't even put you to death or anything?
No, it's just a board game.
Yeah, but the game lasts 24 hours. There probably won't be another escape for another 24 hours.
Right.
Yeah, they are scheduled for after a certain amount of points. The only scheduled there would be some games being played in a group phase before their eliminations would start. So the next scheduled, takeoff of people would be probably in the next week.
And the problem is that they're going to scan our luggage because there was, that.
Yeah, something is missing, though. Who knows how much they'll care about it right now. But
well,
regardless,
they're going to scan. They're going to scan the bus of losers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they would scan the bus of losers. They would do that.
Right.
So that's why
it would be a week out.
We need to. I would suggest we need to get our own transportation and get off the planet.
I agree.
How did Jimang get here? Didn't he pilot a ship?
He did. It's
Well,
in orbit, and it's being impounded now. Or boarded, at the very least.
Well, then we're boned because we don't have an interstellar craft.
Hey, I have a native here. I have one of the Warcon laborers. They have to get on and off planet too, don't they?
Well, they're laborers, so no.
Well, I mean,
We-
this place isn't like necessarily crewed the entire year, right, Eli?
It is because there's a hunting preserve right over there.
It is. We
Oh.
Mythilan, we do stay here all year to preserve the royal area.
Actually,
If we were not allowed off for fear of being subverted.
understood. But the hunters have to come too. They must have their own separate transport, different than the just
They
the
would.
gamers.
We're going to have to wait for these ceremonies to die down, then wait for the hunters to come by, and then somehow bribe or steal their ship when they're hunters.
So, I guess Eli, are they actually here right now? The hunters?
Who?
The
Hunters are all the people, all the contestants. You guys have been invited to several hunts.
Oh, okay, I see. I understand now. So, yeah. Well, we could steal someone's personal ship if they came by personal ship. And I guess I'll ask, of course, our native too. Is there another recommendation you would give that would give us easy access to something on and off the planet?
Well, people don't typically want to leave the planet of victors. The only folks that do have access would, I guess, be the rules lawyers. They have their own ships, and I assume the Emperor does as well.
I see. So, yeah, it would be a high level theft at that point.
Yeah, the Emperor's ship is probably not the one we want to steal.
Yeah, and the rule lawyers aren't that much better, I think. It would still be basically a lot more trouble and a lot more attention.
And you're noticing even now as you're kind of talking, the party is starting to break up as more troops are actually making their way, and rules lawyers in battle gear are starting to inform each members of this kind of enormous party that there has been a disturbance in the city and people are going to have to start going home.
Right. For now, our best option probably is just to go back while this is happening. And my discussion point will be probably the best thing we could do is try to hide out for a week and hope the Malmengadi don't try to get us in the meantime.
That sounds fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's another threat. We might get assassinated for the key.
Mm-hmm. Almost undoubtedly. It just depends on how long it takes before they notice.
So you guys return back to your little apartment that you were given, and you're kind of discussing this. Like, looking out the windows, you see that there's troops out, and it looks like everything is kind of on lockdown from outside your window. But you did see what happened with Jaimin, so you know at least that it's not entirely about what you guys did. It might not even be about you guys at all. So you've got a little benefit there. For the next few days, you have set for the next week before the first eliminations. You guys have several games scheduled. And even then, even on days when you don't have games scheduled, there are so basically social activities every single day that you're automatically signed up for.
Right.
You know, after doing some gossiping, you know everyone doesn't attend every social event. You know, especially some attendees will do a lot of training if they believe they have to, like, really push themselves, or if they have a tough match coming up. So there's no requirement necessarily to attend some of these social events, but you have them scheduled for every single day, and you have games.
Well, we
What
have
would
to
you like to
stash
do?
the hat somewhere, or we'll get caught with a hat.
Right. We have a place to stay. We have a bunch of people to work with us, and there's a lot of empty space, as you mentioned. So we got a lot of options for that. Meanwhile, we just have
There's not a lot of empty space. That's the hunting preserve, which not only has people
I thought the place was huge. That was the conversation I heard
monitoring
earlier.
it, but is also filled with. Yeah, it's filled with terrible monsters.
Still, we can just basically shove it in a bag, and I don't think anyone will notice.
Maybe.
Well, the melting pot might notice.
Yeah, that's. I guess that would be my point, Eli. I think we're
I mean,
probably just.
The hat was on the throne. It's not like he just doesn't know it's there.
Well, I don't think they have hat scanners.
Yeah, they kind of do when you're the emperor.
But
So
Eli,
would
I
you
don't
like
think
to
we're
try to hide your hat?
Yeah, I think we probably do need to store it safely for now. I do have multiple assistants to kind of take care of that. And the rest of us can give it a try too. What do you think? Who should lead the charge?
Well, I could probably find some people willing to help us smuggle it off the planet.
Well, I mean, we're basically doing the smuggling here, but yeah.
Well, hiring a professional smuggler for this wouldn't be remiss.
Also, they wouldn't be allowed here. It's basically just entirely us here and the other gamesmen. I don't think we have a lot of connection to the black market from here.
Oh, you don't believe there's bribable people on this planet when we've already found so many that can
All right.
access to it?
Nefiro, if there is, then we need to bribe them to just take us away now, and that would be the solution. If you think you can try to make contact, so you could spend some time not going to events doing that, and I could keep up appearances for everyone else, and my crew can keep an eye on the Malmingati and see what moves they're making.
Yes, and I will keep my eye out for the Malmagnati just in case they are also running through the same circles.
I think me and I mean I'm the only. Well, you and I are the only heavy hitters. But I guess if you're gonna keep a lookout and be the minder for the boss here, I should go lay low with the hat, since laying low is something I can actually do.
Right. So you can take the rest of my crew and take care of them.
Well, we have to choose
He's trying to
hide.
avoid. He's trying to keep a low profile.
We have
Right.
to choose if we want to hide in the city or outside the city.
Mhm.
If we hide outside the city, not only is that trespassing, because I'm sure we're not supposed to be in the hunting preserve without permission, but we could be eaten by monsters. However, if we hide in the city, that increases our odds of getting caught.
You could go on one hunt, hide the hat, and then come back and retrieve it on a later hunt.
If we can go hunting during the games, that actually sounds like the best plan.
Yep, that's what the schedule Eli said, right? So
Yeah, there are certainly enough social events planned that you could go hunting multiple times between these 7 days.
Okay. Does anyone have any hunting gear I can borrow?
Hey, you want a sniper rifle?
Sure.
Maybe you might have to buy a couple more bullets for it while you're here.
Sure. Whose sniper rifle is this?
It originally was from the planet we caused the revolution.
Okay, that makes sense. That sniper rifle is perfect because I have urban fighting gear. I don't have sniper rifles. Sure,
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Here's our current block for that. Enjoy.
I mean, technically, I don't even have to buy any ammo for it all. I just need the rifle to look like a hunter.
That's also true, as long as you don't necessarily fire.
But no, if I can, I'm sure they have. I'm sure they sell sniper rifle ammo here. So yeah, sure. I will go on a hunt, but the hunt is cover for us to go hide this. I guess if your entourage should probably come with me.
Right, they absolutely will.
So you and your entourage are going to go hunting and trying to hide it.
But our real goal is to find a place to stash the hat.
All right. So I want you to give me, I think deceit would probably be the best, or evasion.
Oh, yeah,
Evasion.
deceit is definitely the best skill for this.
I'm going to actually add both of them. I'm going to say deceit and evasion. So it's evasion in order to slip away while you're hunting, and and deceit to hide it.
Okay.
Raph, my ally's going with you.
That.
Yep.
So are you leading that role, or were you trying to assist like the assassin again, basically?
Well, I guess I'm planning the hat, unless you want me to assist the assassin.
They probably have more dice than you.
Yeah, I would prefer to assist the assassin, because the assassin would have a D6 deceit die and a D6 evasion die, and then a D6 mind die. So the assassin's got 3 dice, and if I assist them, they have 4 dice. Hopefully, they won't screw this up.
And then Yvonne there assists with the deceit.
Yep. So basically, when we go on the we act like a distraction. Like, hey, I think I see something over there.
2d8 plus 1d12, and this is the assassin doing their part, coming out with 2 successes.
This is
All right.
one of those-
Well, there are, it's strange. Every time you go to a social event, there's always a Rax there.
Yeah, we're being tailed.
If we're specifically trying to avoid their attention, would stealth apply then? While we are hiding from their view to hide the hat. Because that would
I'll
give
say
me
sure.
another d12. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
D12. But still, we only have 2. We only have 3 successes. That
Mhm.
might be enough to hide the hat to where the Rax agent who was with us didn't notice, but it might not.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see. I'm going to roll theirs and see if they, how many successes you guys got.
Are you rolling secret? Is that
Oh.
GM roll?
Yeah,
I
/GM
rolled
roll.
badly, 2, 1, and a 2. So you believe you slipped away successfully and hit it without them even knowing.
Right. Well, they might not even know we have the hat, but they do know that we're
Exactly.
out with you. So
Right, and likewise, we're keeping an eye on them as well, so...
I mean, even though I have a low profile, I'm not that hard to spot. Like me and the assassin, they might not know about us, but the laborer, your local friend, and we have the laborer. Who's the other guy?
Eldon Rabo Pusher, acting as lookout and deceit.
Yeah, they might be, and also they might just be randomly following us. I mean, they have at least like 5 agents here. In fact, they sent 2 people with entourages. They might just be following all the hunting crews.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, given that we have 3 successes, I will not shoot the Rax by accident.
Thanks, Dick Cheney. So you go out on that hunt. It's a decent one. Describe the creature that you guys bring down in the hunt.
I don't actually have to bring anything down. I'm just here for show.
So the rest of the party, the hunting party, gets this enormous beast that's feathered with 3 heads and fangs as long as your arms and a poisonous tail, and you've got a nice quail.
Hey, I have to point out, I'm not getting paid a bonus for the hunting, and my policy is I never kill for free.
Yep.
So at least we can eat it. At least we weren't eaten by anything while we were on the tour. That was my primary goal.
So you guys, you managed to get back after dissuading after hiding the hat somewhere in the wilderness. Nefera's getting up. Mithulin, what were you doing? If you need to go, Arklord, I'll just deal with Mithulin first.
I'll be
Right.
back.
I'm probably doing the generic socializing still, trying to keep my ear out for what's happening, and keeping an eye on the other racks to see if they've made any moves or if they've done anything.
All right. Are you trying to gossip about it, or are you trying to follow them stealthily yourself?
Well, I'm probably not going to be directly following them. The rest of the crew went with the hunting party and is being handled by Ezreal. So I'm more just gossiping in general about what everyone seems to be doing and where everyone seems to be going.
All right.
Because gossiping's my favorite thing to do. So I'll just go ahead and give like another huge I'm talking to people roll, which for
You're
successes.
talking here.
Yeah.
So you hear there's a lot of chaos kind of in both the rankings and with the entire government, because a great number of people died in that incident. And so everyone's thrown for a loop. The security's been much tighter than it would normally have been. It's strange, but no one's being let inside the palace since the feast ended. And even some of the more prominent members in the government have been seen less and less. In fact, the head of security hasn't been seen since the night of the feast.
Well, they seem pretty busy, so that's good. And I guess contestant-wise, has anyone seen where the racks always go to? What events they go to, or when they disappear, or where they've been seen?
They're going to a lot of the events. All the contestants have been going to all the social events they've been signed up for. They've competed in one of the games and did all right so far. But the servants, the ones that they've been sent around, have been everywhere in the city. You've seen one the entire time you've been going everywhere and gossiping.
So they've been constantly at my back the entire time.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to try to throw them for a loop and make them think I'm doing something important somewhere to force them to investigate.
Okay, so you're distracting.
Yes. So
And
I have deceit.
yeah, give me a deceit roll.
All right. Let's say will deceit.
Yeah, will deceit.
Do I have anything else that really helps me out with that? Probably not. Yep. Cool. I guess I am trying to get their attention. Do you think presence would factor in?
Yeah, presence would factor in.
Okay, so I'm trying to actually draw their attention. Let's see what happens. Presence will give me additional 1d8. And that is 2 successes.
Oh, god dang it, I keep rolling it. I got 2 successes as well with a high of a 6.
And I got a
so
high of
with
7.
your 7, you're distracting them enough that you feel like you're really drawing their attention, and you're leaving a trail of breadcrumbs that, if you looked at it, you could see there's like an interweaving web of some sort of nefariousness, but you know that it all leads to nothing.
Right.
An
Straight to a
elaborate
red
goose
herring.
chase. Mm-hmm. And Neferu, what were you going to do?
Trying to think about that. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what our goals are that I could actually contribute to. But I was basically seen at a high-profile party, staring through the scope of a prescribed weapon, watching a firefight in the distance.
You could try to actually tail some people.
Yeah, that might work. I don't have the observation for it, but if I could have my lookout with me, my doctor, then I could use the assist bonus dice, or just use their observation, which is my plan.
And what are you trying to? What is your intention? Like, what are you intending to try to discover?
Well, do we already know where the racks have been? And like what they're doing now, maybe tail one of them?
Sort of generically, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tail them.
All right, the one that looks like it's most in charge of the others. They'll be busy just, keeping the grab asses in line, so they might not recognize what I'm doing.
Yeah, feel free to try to follow him. I would say.
Would you consider this an exercise in tactics?
I don't think it's really tactical. I would say it's
Yeah.
deceit to try to stay out of their way, and then observation to try to spy on them. And then with your mind.
All right, let me just get the deceit and observation scores off of my ally. Yep. Holy shit, that's 2 observation and 1 deceit.
All right. All right. Give me that roll.
Two successes, so she shows that, like, she tells Pharaoh what to look out for, basically.
Okay. And is that your finishing roll, or is that the assists?
That would be the assist, so now I have to roll with the assist die for Pharaoh. I don't have any sort of team player yet.
Yeah.
That is a single success. And because I'm patient, I'm going to blow my personality on this.
Okay.
The Pharaoh has no skill in any of these dice, so she cannot reroll that 1.
Okay. So here's to see if they notice you. Your 1 success is good enough that you feel like it's certainly not the best stalking that you've ever done. You're a huge bird. You're pretty easy to notice amongst all these space dwarves.
Oh, yeah.
So it goes okay. You follow him around. You're fairly certain that he might have noticed you because he doesn't really go anywhere too important. You see him mainly, this leader, he's mainly going to several of the practice arenas where he looks to be training on his he appears to be training on his playing of the game. He meets with several dwarves. He doesn't go to any of the social events. He's just meeting with these trainers.
Interesting. Mithril, how dead do we want him?
Only as dead as nobody will notice. Right now we have a clean slate to get out of here. If we can avoid getting attention, all the better, but the less trouble we cause, the better we can get away. That's my opinion, anyway. So you could set up like just a high-range sniper shot or something, I bet.
Yeah,
No one will notice you from another building.
How about another county?
You're on
So
the
you're gonna
hunting expedition and you fire from there.
Yes, exactly, so nobody notices.
This is actually perfect.
All right, so
So are you going out on a hunting expedition yourself or with a group?
well, I'm watching them through the scope at a horizon away, so I could fire at them if I wished, and then just be outside of the cordoned area already.
So you're sneaking out yourself into the wilderness alone to take this shot, all right?
And it's a hunting expedition, so a weapon discharge will not be all that.
Well, you're also a horizon away.
Yeah.
All right, take the shot.
There we go. Got a couple of 7s, got an 8 in there. And of course,
you hit with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. I'm not going to roll anything because that Rax is obliterated, dead beyond belief. As you line up a shot and boom.
And now we flee.
No one.
Because somebody heard that.
Yeah, you see through the scene, everyone in the hunting party is scrambling around, they're in shock.
Well, oh yeah, so let's.
But you're a horizon away, so it's not like any of them are like, oh, he's right there. Hey, look at that little dot way over there. That's probably him.
Well, it's supersonic bullets too, so the target would go down, and then they would hear the muzzle crack.
Yeah. So what are you going to do after this shot?
I'll gloat to myself a little bit first.
Nice.
And then...
Are you keeping track of any of your kills in character in any way? Like, and how would that look?
Well, she's using her knife to put notches in the buttstock.
Okay. All right, so you take a little bit of time and carve in one more notch, and you see them kind of looking around and trying to figure out where it came from, but they're out in the middle of the wilderness, and you're a horizon away.
In fact, I've had 2 kills I've been keeping track of, and I've got to watch what's been posted to YouTube to catch up.
Okay. I know you got a number of kills when we were fighting those robots. I think you killed all 3 of them, so, or at least 2 of them. So maybe check that out. So
yeah, I've tracked all of them except for that first one because that was an out of turn kill, so it doesn't count.
Okay. So you guys have several more days of social encounters, and what would you like to take them up? Would you like to go to any of the games that you have scheduled for your team?
We might still show up for the matches, but Eli, out of character moment here, how big of a chance do we actually have of winning anything?
Do you remember how you played against the priest? And you didn't do extremely well.
Right.
So you probably don't have a great chance of winning.
Right. I'm going to say the foregone conclusion is even if we participate, we probably lose.
Yeah, so let's do it and say we did.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Like, I don't think we're going to really roll so well that somehow we accelerate our rank into the final bracket or something. We're not that prepared.
Make it look like we're here.
Right. We're definitely going to play and we're going to try, but I'm saying the foregone conclusion is if we try, we do lose unless we do something crazy, which I don't think we're going to try doing something crazy at this point.
Remember, you can just abstain from games as well. You don't have to even play them if you don't want to.
Oh, let's leave. Let's get the hell out of here. We don't get paid for playing the games, and the longer we're here, the bigger the chance a Rax will, spike us.
Right, but the primary thing was that we had to wait a week before we could get ejected in the first place. So it's really just a matter of, while we're biding our time here, do we pretend to play anyway?
Oh, well, that's up to you. I mean, if you win the entire empire.
Like I said, I don't think I'm going to. That's I just wanted to get here.
Well, what else you get?
So, Eli, I'm going to say, at least on my part, and if Nefiru agrees, because we're the only 2 actually rolling for it, I'll put in an effort. I'm pretty sure we lose anyway. And we could just glide over that if you want.
Yeah, we can just glide over it. And it's...
I can give you a tactics roll if you want.
No,
Let's see how it all goes, but...
It's totally fine. You go through the entire... rest of this week, kind of skirting around the Rax, but you feel like you've thoroughly confused them and taken away their leadership. That by the time the shuttle comes to pick you up, you guys have you managed to get away without any trouble. You get hassled a little bit for having a railgun, but you're leaving, so they don't really care.
Would you like to peace bind it, officers?
Yeah, that's what they'll end up doing. They'll peace bind it before you get on the ship, and then you get shuttled over, and you're back to the planet of Warcon. You have the key, but
Well,
you have no ship.
we have no ship, we have no pilot, and, well, Ezra, here's 5 notes, like you asked.
Yeah, woohoo!
There might be more pay involved if I can figure out how to get some more money, but right now I think our pressing concern is to get this thing off the planet before the assassins come.
Job of a lifetime, am I right?
So what happened to the ship? Is it parked somewhere you don't know where it is, or is it lost forever?
It's basically been impounded because G-Min decided to become a mass murderer that needed chain guns, from what I've heard. I don't think we're getting it back.
And as you recall, as G-Man was adamant to say, it was his ship. The deeds were all in his name.
Right, we can't really make a claim to it anyway.
Okay, well, I guess we need to get out of here.
So I guess we're public transiting ourselves out of here, honestly. And I guess we have a choice between Lodaria and Delox next.
So we're just gonna carry the keys to the planet remover in our luggage.
Basically.
You could even wear it.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
wearing the hat. I already have a nice hat.
You know, it does seem like it might be a Xenharmonic device.
Well, unfortunately, the only person who would know is dead too. It's everything that's coming up Mitherland today.
Well, he died as he lived.
All right.
Murdered people.
Well, we don't know what it is. We can't hide it anywhere
true.
else. But yeah, Eli, we did go over the logs at some point. What do we know of Lodaria and Delox?
What do you know about these two planets? You know the two of these planets were both visited by, of course, by Lazaro. With Lodaria, you know Lodaria is a rough and tumble outpost world that's filled with nothing but bounty hunters and their ilk, while Delix is a completely wilderness planet. It has little to no inhabitants, and it's mainly known for a beautiful cave system.
Beautiful cave system, spelunking in wilderness, or small outpost.
Do we know what the keys look like on those planets? Are they more hats?
Not yet.
Is the planet remover piloted by a 3-headed alien?
It might have a haunted haberdasher, I think, but my preference, I think, though, to see which one we should go to next would probably be the outpost. I don't know how well the Malmingani can organize a bunch of assassins to do a wilderness expedition. But probably not nearly so well as whatever it is on the outpost.
They're actually pretty darn good at that.
Well, we're not.
No, if they sent, they're pretty good. They have heavy weapons people, assassin people, and heavy weapon assassin people. They're pretty scary. But I suppose a planet removing weapon would be very handy if you were the de facto sovereign of the universe.
Exactly. All the better.
You already make the decisions on which planets should live or die, so you might as well enact your will, right?
And remove inconvenient ones.
Right. At the very least, by having one of these keys, we have now prevented them from getting a planet-destroying weapon.
Why not just destroy the thing?
I don't know how to do that. This is like a weird Syndic hat.
Okay. Well, you go to a sun and you drop this in it.
I might make the sun explode.
You
That's
don't
what
know
Syndic
that.
stuff does, right?
We don't know what Syndic stuff does. That's the entire-
Exactly. So maybe it'll blow up the sun. Maybe this is the weapon.
That's a creepy thought. Well, then we go to a sun we don't like. I mean, I'm a big nerd, so I'm flashing back to the Bucket-O comic where they said, like, where do you keep something that's indestructible? On the sun.
Right. Still, all the better we keep it for now, I think, in case, say, there's an out-of-control AI already controlling it or something. I don't know.
Well, if we assemble...
Lazar was the last one to use it, and who knows what he's done.
Well, so what's our goal? To get all 3 keys so we can use the planet-removing device?
Or at least hide with it.
That's your plan, to hide for the rest of your life?
I don't know. I'm honestly taking this one step at a time. I didn't think I'd be here for a few months playing a board game.
Well, I could have bigger philosophical issues, but I'm also getting paid, so...
Nifiru, outpost or wilderness expedition?
Well, we've already had a little taste of the wilderness.
You want some more?
May as well.
Let's go to the wilderness planet, and I believe that was Delox, wasn't it?
Yes, it is. So you guys start leaving the city or the planet of Warcon and going back to their spaceports, and as you do, you're stopped by one of the Warconians, and they say, "Sir, are you leaving for the duration of the cycle?" Sir and ma'ams, sirs and ma'ams.
Yes.
Yes, we will be.
We will then. Of course, you'll have to take your prizes. 1 second. Let me scan your badge.
Oh, badge.
We want
there we go.
prizes?
Apparently.
Yep.
I forgot to read the fine print.
Will you be staying? Will you be coming back to Warcon for the duration of the next cycle?
I don't believe so. I may come back next cycle, though.
Will you turn in your badges then?
Yeah, I think that's the proper rules and all that I've heard, right?
Yeah, so you turn back in the medals you've earned.
Yeah,
and
I give up the status. They give me the prize.
When you return, you will be re-given this status as long as you return within the next cycle. After that, you will reset back to the lowest tier. For your winnings and your achieving of such a high level, here is 125 notes.
Wow.
All right, Nifiru, how would you like 63 notes?
I would love 63 notes.
I'm just gonna high five you for like 5 minutes here.
Right on.
I'll use like all of my arms.
We wish you the best of success, and thank you for participating in the game of games.
Oh, thank you. Well, this will at least keep us going for a little while, everybody. Hey, it looks like I'll be able to pay you.
How much was that again? 63?
63, yeah. So 125 by 2, and I gave you the evens. Hey, that could almost be enough to fix the hazmat suit. Or just get something brand new. Yeah, Eli, I might spend some time shopping, and I'll just get back to you later with something I might want. I'll figure out.
Yeah,
I'll figure out stuff later. But for now, we'll just go to Wilderness.
All right. So, how are you going to get there?
Well, there are cavalcades that go to and fro. There may be one up there docked right now that's ready to go. Basically, we're taking public transport.
Oh, and
This...
on I'm sorry.
Yep. No. Yep. Nefer. Yep.
On the way, I do know some things I want to buy that are not going to cost all of that money, so I will have some left over.
Hooray!
But I want to pick up a grenade launcher attachment for the railgun, and then I went to get the belt-fed to ammunition case mod. Both of those are prescribed, but I'm a black marketer. If you want me to roll to find a fence, I can.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I found it.
Perfect.
So I'll just pay the price and subtract the money at my convenience. I probably won't spend the rest of it this session, but I got what I came here for, and that will contain 400 reloads.
For the grenade launcher?
No, but oh yeah, I'll be selling my grenades and buying ones that fit the launcher because they are different. The handheld ones are shaped differently. So I have the same ammo. It's just different weapon.
Wait, boss. How many handheld grenades do you have?
6. You want them?
Hey, just give them to me. You're only going to get like 10% their value, if that. You might as well just give them to me.
True. Well, I have haggling, so I think I can. Let me see what I would sell that for.
You'd sell them for 20% of their value.
Whoa.
In fact, they're prescribed, so I think haggling doesn't work. Black Marketeer does, but I think you have Black Marketeer.
Yes.
Yeah. Still, you should give them to me. You only get like 20% of their value. You should give them to me. I'll give
and I'll buy some to replace them as ammo. Okay, you can have them.
Yeah, I got grenades. Go me.
Frag grenades, 6 of them.
Yeah, I'm eating well tonight.
So what I think we should do is to add in our next character. This is a perfect time to stop as you're getting on the Cavalcade to go to Delix, and this is where we can start debriefing. So you guys have gotten several quests since we in this last session. The first of which would be you guys did arrive on the planet of victors. That, everyone will get the gift player of the game. So what that one will do is essentially it helps you play the game. But aside from that, what it does boost is it does boost your endurance. So like it does give you a bonus to endurance and a bonus to tactics. And the tactics bonus is bigger when you're playing the game than in normal situations.
It was only a D4 bonus to endurance, and it says a D10 tactics to while playing. Is that lower otherwise?
Yeah, I would say it would only give you a D8 in normal situations.
Usually the way we do, if you look in the book, you'll see that there's a lot of secrets, which are like secrets of the antiquarian, secrets of the Dopplers, etc. And most of those most of those gifts are it's like personality. It's an extra D12, but only to roles relevant to those guys.
All right, so then this would have been a D12 for player of the game for doing any for playing the game, and then that D4 to for endurance, essentially.
Right.
So if you guys want to keep it, you basically it can give you that bonus with endurance, or you can get rid of it. It's up to you. But
right.
And then the second one is for getting this key and for working as a team to get here and all that. Everyone gets team player.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is an excellent gift.
Because this whole world was about like working as a team to get this goal.
Yeah, for those of you playing to get this key, that increases your assist bonus. So yay.
And did anyone, if you already have team player, does that do anything else? Like what happens if you already get one?
You sell it and you get free 5 experience.
Yeah, either you get 5 experience points or the GM gives you something different. Usually you just sell it back.
Okay.
The quest reward in this game is pretty generous. So we do encourage GMs to don't. This is your reason to give us things that we should have. Like you said, we played the game. So you gave us a gift, player of the game, which is not something I would spend 10 experience points on because, who cares? But with the understanding that we will almost definitely sell this back for 5 experience points. So that's just so we can have less rules to the game,
So I believe the quests that you guys have currently are to recover the other. Like you have one quest that encompasses recovering the other 2 keys.
Yep.
Did you have any other quests at the moment?
It doesn't seem so.
No, I'm a clean slate. I'm alive.
So you could also piggyback on that goal. And so they have a goal: recover all 3 keys, and then each key is kind of a sub goal, so that it doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you could just do recover the first key, second key, and third key as separate goals.
Yeah.
Basically,
I just didn't want to give them. I didn't want to fill up all 3 of their goal slots. And I didn't want to tell them which key to go after. So.
And these days, mostly we're rethinking that. The original, I call that like the Borderlands rule, because if you played Borderlands 1, quests never disappeared from your quest log.
Mm-hmm.
And that was supposed to be a guideline to GMs that, like you could actually fail a quest or drop a quest, like if there just wasn't enough time to do it. If you have to go slightly over it, it's not a big deal. We're kind of like a little looser on that. But it was also to keep you from having a lot of trivial goals. There's only supposed to be like 1, maybe 2 goals at any one time to reinforce what we're doing. So yeah, making it a chain goal is probably good.
So the next time we play, you'll probably get some more goals. You guys haven't really gained any more at the moment. I guess we'll debrief in the opposite order than when we started. So we'll start with Rafferty.
Yeah. It's curious. I like the fact that we have big sweeping space opera themes and there's clear stakes going on. So those are things I enjoy about like sci-fi fantasy. So sorry if I've been, it's starting, but it's good to be in the game again.
It's good to have you back.
Yes.
I'm glad everything's working out for you. Or I hope everything's working out for you.
Let's say it's better.
Good. And Arcloid?
Yes, I've been enjoying myself so far, and I want to see how far we can go in this without killing another one of Theda's characters.
And Griffin?
To be fair, you only killed the same character like 4 times.
General thoughts? Is that where we're on? Sorry.
Yeah, and kind of debriefing at the same time.
Yeah. My prediction was definitely we weren't going to win, so I'm happy that there were some alternate routes, and we kind of like did a little bit of the palace intrigue here and figured it out. And we also had like a good moment for everyone to shine. We had Ezreal just kind of going around town having fun with all the assassins, and of course we got a cool sniper shot. And G-Min fought the entire military. I don't know how you're going to follow that up now, Theta. What are you going to pull up next?
In
Do you have
my
any
defense,
teasers?
yeah, I for the last hour have been poring over the book, coming up with multiple arrays of ideas. Like, was it Ulysses 31? I almost thought about trying to make that guy in Myriad song, because every time I've ever made a character, the thought in my head has come up like, okay, rocket pack, laser sword, energy shield. He's got to have piloting. I mean, I've thought about it, but it's like I don't really want to copy.
Mandalorian.
I don't want to copy Ulysses, but I mean, it's such an awesome character design. I would.
Right, but you haven't quite settled yet. That's fine.
Didn't hear you, Raf.
I said, why would you not want to copy Ulysses?
Because now you know what I would be doing.
The best idea you've ever had.
Oh God, I've had so many ideas, Raf. That's calling me dumb for years now.
Still, at any rate, even though Jimin took his own path, there was still like some fun coincidence between what we thought we wanted our plans to be and just what he was doing, and I found that fun and amusing. Especially
Good to
when
hear.
we saw the explosions in the distance.
I mean, to be fair, my problem was that I made a character that moves at a snail's pace and put him in a position that he was never going to come back from. As I was saying, there's no standing down. I can't surrender at this point. They'll just kill me anyways. So I'm stuck just taking what blows they have until Eli decides they've run out of people. I was honestly waiting for the battleship to hit me from orbit or something.
Oh, yeah.
Redirect
and then
battleship
reflect it
cannon.
back and destroy ships.
Yeah. till word spreads from, rondo jump to rondo jump. Hey, come on, attack the unkillable target. This is what
There's
I
always
get.
someone there to keep you there by shooting at you, though.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I get for having all D12s. It's the Harmon problem again, is that you've got to bring down hell.
Just to touch you.
Yeah.
Alternatively, they could have just dropped a blanket on top of you.
Well, yeah, but also one of the things I'm very fond of with what we were approaching with Farflung and Madcap, some other games, is that the idea that winning a combat, like when combat is necessary, but the idea of violent confrontation isn't the answer. So I think.
Well, I mean, like I said, he had me defeated from step one with the negotiator because Jaimin wasn't going to attack anybody. Because I've already pointed that out, like when I was throwing trash cans around. I'm not gonna attack you, man. I'm just want you to do what I want. And then they treated me like a idiot child. Like, okay, buddy, just think about it. It's like, okay,
Well,
you have
We
defeated
did kill
me.
a bunch of them on the other planet.
Yeah. I mean, that was my inciting.
And you told them that was the same, that you were the same person that did all those killings.
Yeah, because I was trying to get them to take me seriously, so they'll just walk with me or whatever. I don't know. I didn't play that well.
Mm-hmm. And just as a side note, if players at home are worried about the power level, Theta here is what I like to call a power gamer, and I mean that in and not as an admiration. And like you're playing a mutant character, and it does say there's notes on like mutation showing get the game a little weird because you're always going for redirecting counter, which is a very powerful ability. So we're here to have fun, and we like this kind of crazy stuff. But we did put some notes and warnings on it that if you're play the kind of experience that is fun for you and your group.
Yeah, I mean, in the early sessions, it was only when I was using my elite motif to counter that I was actually getting hit. I kept realizing, why do I keep doing this? Because in the early playtests of Myriad Song, I fell in love with redirecting counter.
You buy it a lot, and also, I mean, I can't lie, it shows up in some of our other games. If you're watching the Urban Jungle, have we gotten to the Urban Jungle cast yet? Where spoilers, I get redirecting countered.
I don't know what episode that was.
Okay, well, short answer, guys, it's bad luck to punch a witch.
Is that the one
I
in
could
the?
imagine that.
Is that the one in the? I'm air quoting here. In the town?
No, this is at the climax. This is the great climax.
Oh no, Urban Jungle climax is sometime next year.
You may have hit like the mid climax where you tried to punch Sikovec and had that happen.
That's it's also happened a couple times. Yeah, there's specifically built in it's the default ability for many of the wizard classes in the occult horror game that they can redirect your own attack right back at you, which makes it dramatic because it means to doing that kind of stuff. I mean, it's an interesting mechanic in the game when you're doing that kind of stuff, but it also I always worry about game masters because they can get a little confused and turned around and confrontational about power levels. And so, but this would be a much longer discussion of how to manage conflict in games, which is something I'd love to do, but that would be pretty huge. I think the important thing is we're all having fun with the weird stakes of this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll bring another weird character in. All I've got are weird characters.
You're already suggesting Seto Kaiba, so...
Yeah, that was a joke. I was just looking at wealth and thinking about it.
Not actually the worst idea.
Yeah, but I mean, I can instantly think of us just like back on Sargosa. I can think of us back on Sargosa or something where I can't prove that I have money.
Come on, play a teleost. No one's playing a teleost.
I thought about it. Wait, tell us, is the fish in a jar, or is
That's
it or is it the millipede with like spike arms?
It's the fish in a jar.
That was one of the original thoughts I had for this character, but I like the Pharaohs better in appearance. Like I said, I can't really say that because I didn't like the tentacles on the Pharaoh, so I just ignored them, and my Pharaohs didn't have tentacles. But yeah, no, I mean I love Telos. Telos is like the brain in a jar from Star Wars, except it's a fish
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
with giant nose tendrils operating a cybernetic body.
Ooh, that sounds fun. So that kind of brings us to the end of this session. Did everyone want to go over their mottos? I think that's what we go through for the end.
That's
Well,
right.
Hey, I never killed for free, and I didn't kill for free.
That's perfect.
Yeah, your job of a lifetime of 5 notes, as it always is.
Hey,
Hey,
this was 10. This was 10. It was the job of 2 lifetimes.
One shot, one kill.
And he performed that admirably.
Down with our oppressors. Just can't quite take the whole system down yet.
Read my motto. Oof, I've died.
Again.
Lived up to that motto.
Oh gosh, yeah, play a flower pot. Oh no, not again.
I could. That would be a NASP. I have literally looked at every species and every build you possibly can think of, including a game I can't talk about from Raph, where I tried to beat every race ever, all in one.
Yeah,
Because that's
that's why we can't have things.
well, we can't have nice things. We can have it exactly once, and that's for me.
Just once. So thank you everyone for playing, and thanks everyone for watching. You guys have Star Wars at 6 tonight.
That's right.
All right, so come back at 6 to watch Star Wars, and I'll see you all next week.
See ya, everybody.